My friend from the 36 would have you believe that this is going to be an exercise in secrecy, that we have no idea where this would go. Let's take him at his word and just concede that it rolls out the way that he's suggesting it would. Not a thing in this convention would pass were it not brought back to the states where there is no secrecy. Everything that we do is televised. Everything that we do is recorded. 3/4 of the states would have to ratify anything that came out of this convention. My friend from the 67th made a comment that every amendment proposed by this application can be done now in the normal way. Who in this body suggests that the normal way is going to happen? Who thinks that the federal government, the Congress, is going to police itself? I was born in 1965, and at that time we had roughly $300 million in national debt. It's hard for me to be optimistic that my 17-year-old daughter will ever grow up in a country where we can proclaim that we're a strong, safe country. Because as it was mentioned by one of the delegates, almost 10% of what we spend now as taxpayers goes just to service the national debt. What happens when it becomes 20 or 30? I'm fired up. It terrifies me that we're on this path. I cannot predict what would happen in an Article 5 convention. And I know that folks that have looked to me as a representative or been called a constitutional sheriff or a constitutional person that takes pride in our Constitution. I'll never, and nobody in this room, as mentioned, will ever have the statesmanship and the gift from God to be able to predict, how we as humans would be able to govern ourselves. But I do know that if we don't do something, the nirvana that you spoke of, though it's unachievable, will continue in the opposite direction until the states take the power that they have. I urge adoption of this amendment.
Result on this question, there are 77 ayes, 19 nays, and 4 members absent. A majority of members voting in the affirmative. The chair declares that resolution adopted. The clerk will please communicate the action of the House to the Senate. Is there further?
I'm here live in Philadelphia at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When you hear the phrase lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, these are the folks we should think of, those who anonymously gave their lives. Well, today you have a chance to volunteer. You need to volunteer for conventionofstates.com, the movement that's going to save the country. These folks are willing to step up and give everything. We need you to give just a little bit. Go to conventionofstates.com and volunteer today.